Well, it's the middle of January, and December 10th was the last day of my last cycle. I'm 6 weeks from chemo, and my hair is growing, my eyebrows are coming in, my eyelashes are coming in, my body is feeling stronger, and that all started, like there was an obvious turn in that direction last Monday. And so that's about 10 days that I've been feeling like better and better and better. And there's days that are better than others, but like I'm going for a walk today, and I started off at just like an average pace, and I was like, I feel normal-ish. My legs are weaker than they were before chemo, but there's no weird symptoms or chemo ickiness or anything like that to deal with. All right, so I'm a little over halfway through my walk, and I noticed that I'm yawning, so that tells me my lungs are weak because I'm trying to get more air, and my legs are pretty tired. But in a normal, I don't know how to explain normal, like they just don't feel I don't feel like there's the extreme weakness that I had from cycles 3 and past the 6th cycle. The first 2 cycles were R-CHOP, they weren't as bad. At cycle 3, it switched to R-EPOC, which was one additional drug, but I also went from receiving chemo 1 day to taking it over a 5-day period. And it's a much stronger protocol than R-CHOP, from what I understand. And nobody said that to me till it was all over, but one of the nurses at the end said, and he put you on a really hard protocol, and you did really well. And I think really well just means I didn't end up in the hospital, and I survived it. So for the rest of my walk, I'm going to go slower, and I'm going to do some intentional deep breathing. So I just finished my walk. This is probably the first real walk I've had since feeling better. Started off feeling pretty good, and I still feel good. But my legs are still recovering. And my body overall, definitely my organs took a major hit. The chemo did what it was supposed to do, and now it's detoxing and rebuilding. My hair's growing. I have a little bit of hair growing. And my white blood cells and red blood cells were both low. And so I was concerned about, how long is it going to take for my body to start producing blood, and, just staying home, quarantining myself so I'm not exposed as much. The family stayed home more, didn't go out to various events, and we tried not to go shopping or anything unless we had to for probably about 2 weeks. And, that's not bad in the scheme of things. And, but last Monday, it was definitely an upturn. Like I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel pretty good. And then when I woke up the next day to an alarm, I thought, gosh, I'm ready to get up. And I didn't feel like I needed to stay in bed. And those 2 weeks when my blood was low, I was drained. I did this ion detox bath along with my treatment. And I've been taking the same herbs, but now in capsule form. The liquid version was stronger for immunity and building blood. While you're getting chemo, that's the one to take. And after chemo's over, you switch to the capsules. Every day, I'm feeling a little bit better. And I still have some sleep issues. I'm working on that. But I do go to bed pretty early most of the time. Like I go to sleep when the kids go to sleep, which is usually before 9. Sometimes I sleep all night, but most of the time I wake up. And then I have a little trouble getting back to sleep. I just hit the clinic. They flushed my port and checked my blood. My blood is almost completely in normal range for everything. So like some individual white blood cells are still a little bit low or a little bit high, but my white blood cells overall are in normal range. My red blood cells are in normal range. My hemoglobin, everything, all that stuff that they're looking at is in normal range. And just a couple weeks ago, everything was really low. And so I owe that to just doing my best, taking care of myself through everything. Chinese herbs, the immunity herbs build blood, and the diet, and just all the love that you've all sent me in so many ways. And I can't possibly name it all, but you know what you've done, and you know what you've communicated with me, and I know what you've done. And so thank you. Thank you for watching. I love you. May your life be wonderful.